Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be having a first look at this Pixel 7a smartphone. And here are the Pixel 7. This is the Pixel 7, and I would say this Pixel 7a is very similar to the Pixel 7 series. Let me just put this Pixel 7 to the side and let's have a look at this one. And this is actually a review unit, guys, and it looks like they have sent the white color. They call it snow. In fact, it comes in 3 different colors. I'll have the names of all the colors over here. So here it is, and it says hashtag Team Pixel. And in India, guys, only one variant is going to be available that comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. So that's what it is. So let's peel this off, and the MRP price for this one was the same as the 6A when it was launched, 43,990. That's almost 44,000. So they didn't change that. I hope they become a little bit more aggressive with the pricing later on, like they did with the Pixel 6A. But as I've told you, this looks very similar to the Pixel 7a, as I've told you. So yeah, it is more similar to the Pixel 7a compared to the Pixel 6a in my frank opinion. So here it is, and this one is having a 6.1-inch screen, and again gives me definitely the vibes of the Pixel 7, I have to say. Though this back is actually looks like again very similar to this, like glass, but I'm not very sure. The material, it feels like glass, but it looks like this might be plastic on this one. Again, it didn't say anything on the material review guide. What is it? The front glass is actually Gorilla Glass 3, that we know, and fortunately this time the refresh rate is also 90 Hz, unlike the Pixel 6a which was stuck to 60 Hz. So that's actually a nice thing. And to give you an idea about the physical overview, this is actually metallic aluminum, secondary noise cancellation microphone that we have, antenna bands. Again, of course, this is having 5G. We'll test it. I'll put my 5G sim later on to see. Power on off button, volume controls. Build quality looks very nice, I have to say. This one is also going to be having stereo speakers. We'll look at it. Type-C port for charging, and your SIM tray. Again, it's a single SIM, guys, and oh, again it started booting. That's nice. A single SIM. The second SIM will be eSIM on this one, and this end nothing. Back we have that visor kind of a thing, and it's a dual camera setup. Main is 64 megapixel, and the ultra wide is going to be 13 megapixel. Good thing is that this one also has OIS, and front facing camera is also supposed to be actually a 13 megapixel. So let this boot. I'll just keep that to the side. We get a Type-C to Type-C cable. We also get an adapter Type-A to Type-C. So that's nice to see. And this will be your SIM ejector tool, and what else? Some stickers. No stickers. Some basic guide how to set up and all those things. So let me just keep that to the side for now. So we'll keep this, and let's have a look at the handset. Again, I like the size of this 6.1-inch screen. Fits easily in your hand. It feels neither too big nor small, I would say. Perfect in terms of ergonomics, I have to say. So let me quickly just set this up, and then we will continue. So guys, I've set up the device, so let's have a closer look at the same now. And again, a typical Pixel interface, stock Android that you are getting, and this is the default theme, guys. And I haven't installed any external apps. It's just updating the stuff. In fact, one OTA update came, and it is actually doing that OTA update as of now. So there was one OTA update out of the box. And let's look at the storage, because this comes in just one variant, that's 128 gigabytes, and as it's Pixel, we don't even have a micro SD card or something. So let's see how much storage do we get out of the box. And if we go over here, and one thing I noticed is that the haptic feedback is again still good on this one. It's not as strong as the regular Pixel 7, but still very well done. And if you look at the storage, guys, about 14% it says is used, so you're roughly getting about 111 gigabytes of space that is free. Again, guys, I haven't installed my apps. This is just the default stuff that you're getting. And the good thing is that if you go to the display, you also have the smooth display that increases the frame rate from 60 Hz to 90 Hz. By default, it was toggled off. You can just toggle it on and off, and yes, it does make a difference. If it becomes slightly more smooth, I would say, in terms of animation. If I switch that on, I don't know, the camera is not able to capture it, but yes, I can notice that difference. So that's there. And in hand feel, as I've told you, very similar to the Pixel 7. It does have the in-display fingerprint scanner, and that works reliably this time, and it does not unlock with other fingers. So looks like that works, and it's pretty fast, as you can see. So again, good thing about Pixel devices is that yes, you get a lot of Google apps that are pre-installed, but no bloatware or anything or ads or anything on that one. So that way it's good. Let's also look at the speakers. On this one, it's having a stereo speaker, so let's have a look. And this is the max. Actually way louder than I expected, and the stereo separation is excellently done on this one. I would say much better than what I expected, and it's actually a lot louder than a lot of smartphones that you get in this price range. So stereo speaker is very, very good on this one. And I also like the fact that this smartphone does have some of the features that we find on higher end smartphones. For example, this does have IP67 rating. Of course, it has NFC, and also the Bluetooth is the latest 5.3 that you are getting on this one. And in fact, this also has wireless charging. The battery capacity is 4300 milliamp hour, and it should be decent based on my experience of the Pixel 7. But again, you got to charge it every day. The only thing is that you don't get the charger in the box, and these Pixels are not super fast in charging. So I would say still overnight charging kind of devices. But again, too early to talk about the battery life. Just set it up. And again, it's having the flagship Tensor G2 chip on this one. While I was just setting up the phone and it was downloading a lot of apps, I noticed that this area around this one actually did heat up a little bit, but now it's doing some background tasks. It's sort of normal. I'll have to test how it behaves on 5G. I will do that. 5G is supposed to work out of the box on this one. Okay, moving to the next thing on this one. As I've told you, haptic feedback I like on this, and again, Google suggestions and all those things you will get. One thing I noticed is that the visor is a lot narrower on this one compared to the Pixel 7, and if you notice, Pixel 7, it is a lot more bumped up, and in fact I like it on the Pixel 7. This feels solid, guys. This is metal. This feels like this is sort of made of plastic, and it's very, very sharp here on the edge. We'll look at the camera samples later on, but overall I like that we are still getting wireless charging on this one. So that way, again, most of the essential features that you want are present on the smartphone. Of course, this comes out of the box with Android 13. They didn't specify how many Android upgrades will be there. I think so minimum 3, or there should be 4. When I get the clarity, I'll add that in the comment section. But security updates, next 5 years of security updates, so that way you are sort of covered. So the power button is here, and actually this gives a good feel. So definitely I would say a mix of plastic and stuff, though it looks premium, but definitely this visor, as you can see, it has a cut over here, whereas it's a single piece on this, and this one is definitely metal one, but this one looks like plasticky. But most of you will be fooled to see and guess that it is actually made up of metal. So that way, in terms of looks, it's nice, it's compact, I would say. Now let's also look at the camera, because that's again Pixel's forte, I would say. Let's put some stuff here. And the main camera is actually 64 megapixel. This also has optical image stabilization, but in default it is using that 4x pixel binning, so the shots will be actually 16 megapixel. And then we have the 30 megapixel ultra wide. So let's switch on the camera, and this is the standard interface that you get, and it is telling us we can try out the camera shortcuts and all those things. So it says an update is available for the camera. I'll just give you a demo here. I'll update it, and the samples that I show you will be after the update. So we do have the tap to focus on this one, and it actually is sticky. If you notice, I clicked on here and it is sticking on that focus, so that's actually nice. This will be great. For that temperature you can adjust here, brightness and all those things. And in modes, if you go panorama, photosphere, and other modes are here. Video, the good thing is that both with the front facing as well as the rear facing camera, 4K is supported on this one. And also we do have the portrait mode. We do also have a long exposure, so that's actually a nice thing. And of course, night sight for very low lighting photographs. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually update this device, and then I'll actually shoot some camera samples to give you an idea, quick impressions how the camera fades. some samples with the main camera, and as expected in outdoor conditions does a good job. This was wide angle lens, and again this is regular. The dynamic range is actually pretty good with the main camera. This pic I shot of the sun to test the HDR, and this was an ultra wide. Even in ultra wide the HDR is done very well. This was just below around the sunset time, and this picture I took at night. These were with the front facing camera. These were in the regular mode. These were in the portrait bokeh mode. I'll add more camera samples in my full in-depth review. Recording this video with the front-facing camera of this Pixel 7a, and I have actually set it to 4K. The good thing is that even with this front-facing camera, we can record in 4K. So this is the video recording in 4K with the front-facing camera. The audio is also being recorded via the same. So this should give you an. Let me go in a sunny area. This is a shadowed area. Let's see how it handles abrupt exposure right now. And directly sun is falling on my, and I'll go against it. So this is a quick sample with the front facing camera of this Pixel 7a. Guys, now I'm recording with the rear facing camera, and this is set to actually 4K. And as you can see, I'm just walking, and the video looks to be very, very stable. That's the beauty of Pixel. They employ both the hardware and software to get the best picture. And while shooting the video, I can hit this wide angle also, so you don't have to actually stop or do it. You can just directly go to the wide angle, and you can just go to, this is the regular one, and we also have the 2x zoom because of the 64 megapixel, and this is with that 2x zoom. So this is a quick sample with the 4K video recording, and it's super stable. The audio is also being recorded by its microphone. Let's see the focusing. Okay, nearby object, it's curved, and yeah, the focusing seems to be actually fast. So guys, this was the quick unboxing and first look at the Pixel 7a smartphone. So what do you guys feel about the Pixel 7a? If you have any specific questions regarding this Pixel 7a, do let me know. I will be putting my primary sub in this for the full review. So if you have any specific questions, do let me know, and I'll try to answer them in my review. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.